Hello everybody, welcome back to a brand new video. Today we are going to be talking about the new Cybertruck, the new Tesla Cybertruck. It hasn't come out yet, I know, but I know the reveal was a few months back. I know there were some mixed opinions about the Cybertruck, but I'm going to talk about purely numbers and do I think that this Cybertruck has the chance to change up the game and make make the pickup truck world go on its head pretty much. So we'll see. So I know that I'm gonna try to leave. I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, but I'm gonna try to leave the design of it out of it. I know a lot of people say the design is hideous. I unfortunately have to agree with them. I think that it could have looked better, but I think that it's kind of growing on me a little bit. But it's also kind of not. It's very boxy. I don't know. I don't like it. But I'm not a huge fan of the design, but I'm going to focus mainly on the specs here and what I actually think. The price, the towing, the features, stuff like that. So here we go. So if you come down here, the first thing that they show you is this exoskeleton. They're very proud of it. They say the Tesla is made out of rolled stainless steel, and so I actually did a little bit of reading about this. So it's exoskeleton. So this truck is supposed to be. So if you buy any pickup truck, an F-150, a Silverado, GMC, whatever you want, it always is a body on frame design. They make a frame and then they take the they take the cab and everything and they screw it right on. They bolt it down and weld it. They make sure that it doesn't come off. But you have a frame and then you have a body. And they just plop it on top. With this Cybertruck, it apparently is also kind of a body on frame design, but it's also sort of it's a weird hybrid between a body on frame design and a unibody. It definitely leans toward a body on frame design because it has just this exoskeleton like this, but apparently it has some features that make it into kind of a unibody. So that's something interesting. And so it's not exactly a body on frame truck, but it's also it's not a unibody truck, which is very good. I think the only unibody truck there is the Honda Ridgeline, which is real hideous. I hate that thing so much, but I digress. Um, so this Tesla has a bunch of cool features that I was a little interested in that they were talking about. It has some lights. He's gonna need to put mirrors on it later, but so if you look, it has a couple cool things. It has this cover that's kind of a gimmick. I feel. I think having a cover is important and cool. Like I like having a cover on my truck, but I don't know if it needed to be built in. I don't know. Then again, it's such an odd shape that it would make it difficult to like do it. This would be an awesome setup for the record. And if we come back here, so the first cool thing is that the Cybertruck. So let's just go look at the bed. This is just the bed of the Cybertruck, and as you can see, something cool about it is that the wheels don't stick through the bed. There's no wheel arches inside the bed. So this is flat. This is totally flat, which is really really cool. I think that's a cool feature. It also I think it just gives you more storage. Let's see. And also, sometimes you'll have objects that are a little wider and they'll get stuck on the wheel. It's just kind of a pain. I don't know. Most of the time, it doesn't really bother me, but sometimes I do put in objects and the wheels do get in the way. Most of the time, though, it doesn't happen. Another thing cool is that it has this little ramp here. So if you ever do, four wheeling or dirt biking or whatever you do, no opinions. It's really easy to load it up. And something else cool is if you look at this truck, it has this air suspension. They were talking about the air suspension. The air suspension apparently is enormous. Like this thing has like 16 inches of ground clearance. That beats a Ford Raptor. That is huge. That is an immense amount of ground clearance. You can actually see down here, they even give you, I'll just say nothing, okay. They give you approach and departure angle. Departure angle struggles a little bit, but the approach angle is fantastic. Fantastique. That is a very nice approach angle. So yeah, I mean this. So it actually, if you look at it from a capability standpoint, this is looking pretty promising. I think it's actually looking pretty good. It also has inside the bed, it has like a Honda Ridgeline. If you've ever seen that, it has like a little storage compartment right here. You lift it up, and then inside there's a storage compartment, which is cool. It's just extra room because there's no diff or any axles or a drive shaft in there. So they're able to, again, do that, which I think is, once again, pretty freaking cool. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things. Here's the interior. The interior I'm not a huge fan of. I think that they definitely went for the minimalistic style. As you can see, they have the screen right here. They have this, almost looks like something that'd be in my kitchen right there. I don't like the steering wheel. Steering wheel gotta go. I hate the steering wheel. I need a wheel. I don't need this little like video game F1 car steering wheel. That's garbage. You give me a wheel. You don't give me an F1 car. That needs to go. I tell Elon that I am not pleased. No, I'm not too thrilled about that. I think that was a bad choice, especially when you're backing up and you're trying to park a trailer. I need a wheel where I can use my palm and turn it. I don't need something where I'm going to be grabbing it awkwardly, trying to turn the wheel while I'm trying to look backwards and get it lined up with the trailer. That's going to be really bad. So, not a big fan of that, honestly. And it has a third row seating apparently. So there's 6-person seating. Interesting. Haven't seen that. Don't see that too often, especially from a truck like this. It has some tie downs apparently. Somewhere it has some little, little connectors where you can put bungee cords. There it is, bungee cord there, bungee cord there. So yeah, this truck definitely has some capability. I'm now going to express some of my concerns I have towards this truck though, and some of the things that it needs to get over. So I think that the price, because it's a Tesla and because it's electric, is going to be pretty expensive, and we will compare it to an F-150 and a GMC, just a Silverado or a Sierra, same difference. So I'm going to focus on the all-wheel and the tri-motor all-wheel, because I think a lot of people who buy a truck normally buy an all-wheel drive truck. That is kind of the standard nowadays. Most people buy a crew cab all-wheel drive truck. Or not all-wheel drive, four-wheel drive truck. I think that's what a lot of people buy. I think that I had a thought and I just totally lost it. Sorry. I think that the rear-wheel drive trucks aren't super popular. A lot of people don't buy them. They lose value very quickly. They're not very good. But the all-wheel drive trucks are really, really popular, and a lot of people like them. I think they help, especially if you go off-road a lot. I think a lot of people who buy a truck go off-road a lot, so it gives you a good reason. So I'll also talk about the price in just a second. So I'm also going to compare all these trucks. I remember my thought now. I'm going to compare all these trucks with similar. So the F-150 and the GMC that I'm going to be comparing will also be a short bed crew cab truck. So we have we're not comparing, we're comparing apples to apples, not apples to oranges. So we can see here, I'm going to focus on these two, the tri-motor, the dual motor, and I'll look at this one also a little bit, but it's a little more rare. I think we're going to focus on this one mostly. This is because this is probably the truck that most people are going to buy. So this is the dual motor, all-wheel drive. So apparently it has 0 to 64.5 seconds. That's very, very quick. That's very fast, actually. They actually had an estimated horsepower. Thought it was somewhere, let me read this up real quick, but I believe it was somewhere around 500 horsepower. So here it is. Actually, they believe that with the 3-motor, so this tri-motor right here, it's going to be 800 horsepower and 1,000 pound-feet of torque, which is huge. That is a lot of torque. That is actually that's the new 2020 Ford Super Duty territory in the torque department. That is immense. That is a huge amount of torque. So that is a big deal. But the tri-motor won't be coming out for a while. I'll definitely talk about it in just a second though. So let's come over to the dual motor. Let's see. So 300 miles. So they estimate. So this is my one problem I do have with this truck. And the good news is that the tri-motor does kind of fix it, but I'm still a little concerned. So they're claiming that the range is 300 miles on this, and 300 miles is pretty good for your average person. 300 miles is more than enough. I can definitely go to work and come back from work and still have plenty of miles left over. Go somewhere else, go out, whatever. Plenty of range. It would get a little hairy if you have like a camp, or what do they call it? Like a second house somewhere where you go and you like somewhere up, like for us, we're down here in New York, and if you go up a lot of people go up into like Canada and Maine, and they have like a house up there, or upstate New York, and they go and they have a house there where they can they can be in the woods a little bit. So I feel like a lot of that may start pushing the limit of the range a little bit. So you probably would need some sort of a charging port at that other house. So that would be a little bit frustrating. So 300 miles is not too bad. But the other problem I have is that if you're going to be towing with this thing, because it's a truck, trucks are known for towing. It says 300 miles, but I'm expecting, honestly, with the way I've seen it, I saw the towing video of a Tesla Model X towing, and it did pretty poorly, really. It didn't do very well. I'm expecting I'm going to give it a little bit more than I expect. I'll say if you get 150 miles with towing, honestly, I think you'll get about 100 miles, especially if there's hills. If there's hills, not a chance. You do have regenerative braking, which does get a little bit of that power back, but really, electric trucks really struggle uphill. For some reason, I don't understand why, but they just use a lot of power to go uphill. Regular gas trucks do, but I think electric ones really struggle uphill. I don't know what it is, but they just really they suck up that battery just like that. So that's a little bit of a concern. So they're saying 10,000 pounds of towing here, and they should have your payload. Believe payload was like 3,500 pounds, which again, that's very, very good. Let's see if I can find the payload. I'm trying to read this. Let's see. It should tell you payload somewhere. Now let's see. Does it say in order now? In May? No, it just tells you just tells you the thing. That. That's interesting. So here, if you click on dual motor, it says 7,500 pounds plus, and then if you go over here, it says 10,000. So, yeah, 7,500 pounds plus is there. So what happens if you go here? It says the same thing. Oh, no. What? Oh, it just kind of broke. That's all. Okay, we're good. One second. I have to read up on the. I have to read up. I'll just look it up real quick. Tesla. Payload. So they're claiming 3,500 pounds. Okay, that's very good. Honestly, that's very good payload. That's something you'd expect on, I believe, like a Super Duty truck. And honestly, I don't really know too many things that weigh 3,000 pounds you're gonna put in the bed of your truck. That I don't know. That seems I can't think of too many things. So all right, so let's go ahead and start doing a comparison. So if we come over to order here. So, let's see. Let's say I want the dual. I don't know when these come out. Okay, so these were going to come out in 2021. So that's going to be next year, obviously. Near in late 2021. So 2 years from now, almost. Okay, so they're actually going to start making these all-wheel drive ones before they make the rear-wheel drive ones. If you look here, because it says rear-wheel drive production in 2022. So if you pay less, you have to even wait longer. So I honestly, if I were to get one of these, I get the all-wheel drive. So let's see. I'm going to start off with comparing the all-wheel drive. Let's do that. So they claim 10,000 pounds of towing, 300 miles. I don't really care about the miles part. Let's just look at the towing, They don't give you any horsepower or anything, so I can't really do too much. So I'm going to look at a Ford and a GMC. So for Ford, if you were going to spend, how much money? $4,000, so $50,000. Doll hairs. Let's see how much money we can, see what we can get. We can get ourselves a Ford Lariat. Not quite a King Ranch. Almost a King Ranch. Well, actually, once you add tax and all the other garbage. So pretty close. So pretty much a Ford Lariat. Yeah, that's just the oh, this is a Super Crew? No. Wait. Back. Is there a difference? Oh, okay. Super cab is like that. Okay, yeah. Stick with that. Stick with that. Oh, because I got the short bed. Yeah, yeah. So that's what I want. So yeah. So let's go back over to Lariat. Yeah, yeah. We were right. So we have a little bit of money to spend. You can get either some packages, or you can get. So let's come over here. I actually got all the towing specs. So let's see what is the most powerful engine. So the most powerful engine that you can buy is going to be the 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6. Let's see if we can get that. 3 liter. I think that's the Raptor engine. No, here it is. 3.5 liter V6. Yeah. Is that right? 375 horsepower. Yeah, 13,000 pounds of towing. Yep, that's the one. So there you go. You can get yourself. So yeah, that's better. Now they say 10,000 pounds plus, but so you can go and you can buy yourself if you want to. So you can get a summary right here. So you can get the same. You can get this Ford F-150 Lariat, which Lariat's really nice. Honestly, that has some nice features in it. Crew cab Lariat can do more towing, if I'm correct right here, more towing, and you're paying less money. It's pretty good. Now I don't know. The dealer may either raise the price, lower the price. You know, there may be some adjustments with the dealer. Most of the dealer gives you a little bit of a price decrease, so maybe even a little less than that. You may even be able to squeeze into King Ranch if you're really lucky. Maybe not with that engine though. I don't know. So that's what you can get. You can get yourself a Ford Lariat, or if you come over to GMC, just out of curiosity, what can you get here? Steps. So you can probably go get yourself. I'm gonna guess an SLT with a 6.2. Let's just go to summary there. So yeah, that's $47,000. So you have a little extra spinning room. You can probably get yourself a nice package. You can probably get yourself like a premium package. I'm not. We'll just say that. So I have that there too. So there's a 6.2. So you can get a 13,400 pounds, which is 200 pounds more than the Ford for slightly less money, and you get more power. So that's kind of disappointing for Tesla. That is not shocking. $50,000 for a truck if I can go buy. I mean, this truck better be pretty amazing for me to go and spend that much money on this truck where I can go and get better performance and pay less. And also remember that when I run out of battery, it takes me 3 minutes to fill up the battery, wink wink, the gas tank in this car, and it takes me. I looked it up. It takes about 40 minutes to fill up the gas. It takes about 40 minutes. Now I don't know. This is going to be a couple years from now, so I can't predict the future, obviously, but probably in 2 years the batteries will get a little faster in charging. So I'm going to say that right now it takes 40 minutes for the battery charge. I'm going to guess they're going to get it down to about 25, 30. That's my guess, if they're really good. So, I mean, that really shows it. So let's go ahead now. Let's go over here to a tri-motor all-wheel drive. So that gives you 14,000 pounds of towing. That's just slightly out of the range of the Ford. That's just slightly out of the range here. So you're like, oh yeah, wow, the Tesla's better for $70,000. Nope, you're wrong again, because you can come over here and you can get yourself a Ford Super Duty for less, and you can get way more towing. Way more towing. You can get yourself a Ford F-250. Now, the advantage of this Cybertruck, though, over an F-250 is that if you're going to go and get an F-250 that is able to tow that much, and this is really cool, I like that. I'm going to stick with the crew cab standard bed again. That's $56,000 right there. So, there you go, crew cab standard bed. And go all the way up down here. How much was it? 70? Is that right? Yeah. That's not even including fully self-driving, so most people are probably going to buy that. Come over here. So I think that you could probably get away with especially if you want to get the diesel, you're going to have to get yourself King Ranch. Yeah, right on the edge, and then you can throw in the diesel. Oh, okay, it's $1,000 over. I mean, but I am forgetting though. I am forgetting because this electric vehicle, you're gonna get government. You're gonna get government payback. The government will pay you money to have this, so you'll get some money back. So I have to. I don't know how much though you get. So I'm gonna just. I'm just doing an apples to apples here. So you will save a little bit of money, but here you go. You can get yourself a Ford F-250 King Ranch for $70,000, or you can get yourself a tri-motor Cybertruck and a Super Duty King Ranch can pull 15,000 pounds of conventional trailers or 22,000 pounds on a gooseneck, and it has 4,000 pounds of payload, which is way more. Oh, and that's the 7.3. That's not even the available diesel maximum. Okay, I don't know, but as you can see here, you're getting way more payload. So I mean, really, I think that what I'm going to end this with is that I think that the Tesla Cybertruck, it's an important movement. I think that it's important that we start looking at electric vehicles. I think electric vehicles are important. I think that they're cool. I think that there is. I think that I think that they're at a time though right now where the technology is just not there yet. I think honestly in about 10, 15 years we will have the batteries and we will have the motors that will be so much farther superior to a conventional gas or diesel motor that it will be pointless. It will look stupid. But at the current moment, at this exact time, I believe that it is not only a better deal to buy yourself just a regular gas engine or diesel engine. I mean, I think that still, if you do want to buy yourself a Cybertruck, maybe you don't need it. Maybe you just want something that's easy. You just plug it in. You don't have to worry about the gas. You don't want to worry about the maintenance. You don't have to worry about any of that. And I you know what? I can respect that. If you don't want to deal with that, that Cybertruck is honestly not a bad idea. Or maybe you like off-roading. That Cybertruck would be a pretty solid off-roader. Although it doesn't take gas, so that's going to be a bit of an issue. But still, it has nice suspension. It definitely has some cool features. It has that, it has the ATV ramp and all of that. I think that this definitely has its spot, and my mouse has totally stopped working at this point. I don't know why that happened. Okay. Can I? So yeah, I think that really when it comes down to it is that they just need a little bit more time. I think that that's all there's to it. I think that it's important that we continue looking at the future and saying that this is the future, but it's just not there yet. The future is not here yet. Not yet. Soon, but not yet. I think everybody, if you agree, care or disagree, please subscribe, please like, and please share your comments in the comments down below. I'd love to hear them. I'll try to respond, and yeah. If you have anything else to add, maybe I missed something else like that, yeah, just comment. But other than that, I hope we'll see you in the next video. Peace.